Welcome, everyone. Welcome to purplelunarose, all 12 signs. We are going to be looking at the week of February 22nd through the 28th. Your biggest cosmic influence this week is Mercury retrograde. It is the first Mercury retrograde of 2026. It does start on February 26th, goes all the way until March 20th, and it does stay in the sign of Pisces. So, what this may feel like is some intense emotional confusion, maybe some communication mishaps. Nostalgia will be huge. You can expect some heightened intuition and, of course, return of past relationships. This is going to be a time to revisit, revise, and then relaunch in whichever direction you see fit. I will break down each sign. Fire signs first: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Water signs next: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Earth signs following: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I will close it out with air signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Guys, I will put timestamps in immediately following the live stream. So if you're able to catch me live, welcome, welcome. Come in, hang out. I do have a feeling that tonight's live may be lengthy. I'm not going to rush through any of the readings. I'm really going to try to take my time and work through them as slowly and calmly as possible, right? If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching my video. And again, you can find those timestamps in the description box. Just scroll all the way down to the bottom. Guys, tonight we are live on 4 platforms. So we are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch and TikTok all at the same time. So there is a lot going on. I'm not sure how long TikTok is going to let us hang out over there. So if you happen to be watching from TikTok, please remember that we are also streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All right. I think that's all the information that I needed to get out. Let me pull my timestamp notes up and we will get started with Aries. Guys, if you're watching live, get comfortable. Get your drinks ready, your snacks ready, prop your feet up, all of those things, right? I'm good over there on TikTok. I love it. Vanessa joining us over on Facebook. Welcome, Vanessa. All right, let me get started with Aries. Okay, so tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've pulled out, of course, we're going to close out with the Moonology just like we always do. But I pulled out the Energy Oracle to do our main spread. And then guidance tonight is going to come from our higher self message cards. You guys remember when we did these a couple of nights ago with music and tarot? So that's how we're going to pull guidance tonight. I am going to clarify with Sandra's Magic Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and those were gifted to us by our other moderators. So we're going to use those tonight to clarify. Godzilla's Throne. I love that name. Welcome, welcome. It does look like we have caught the short shelf over on YouTube. So if you're new, hello. All right, let's get started and let's timestamp for Aries. Let's do 353, please. And remember, we're looking at the week ahead. So we're looking at February 22nd through February 28th. Always a week ahead at PLR. And if you're looking to, I don't want to distract you or send you anywhere, but if you want to check my accuracy or see what's happening this week, all of those videos can be found over on my YouTube channel. All right, Aries, Mercury retrograde is your biggest cosmic influence this week. Of course, we did take the time on Tuesday to talk about that massive conjunction between Uranus and Neptune in Aries. That energy will be impacting us this week as well. So keep that in mind. All right, so we do have number 22, yin yang, on the bottom. This is that masculine feminine energy balance, as within, so without. The thing that's sticking out to me the most, Aries, is going to be the number of the card. So number 22 is giving a little bit of number synchronicities. I timestamped Aries at 353. I have been seeing a lot of threes. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of twos, Aries. That is going to be bottom of the deck overall energy. All right, energy of the week, we have Healer of the Ages, number 51. Challenge or obstacle, we do have the Journey card. There's that confusion I talked about at the beginning of the live. All right, lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. We do have Magician and Mirror coming out. And then potential outcome for Aries, we do have a victory, number 28. All right. So Aries, Healer of the Ages is like my Jesus card. I don't want to get religious or anything like that. It's not what it's about. It is about Christ consciousness. Aries, you should be going through some type, everybody's going through mass awakening, right? If you're here and you're watching, that's what's happening. But this could be going through some type of massive healing moment. Maybe it's like you finally learned some lesson, you're closing out some old chapter. I say that because your journey card is in your challenges or obstacles position. And so it kind of tells me that you're struggling to figure out which direction to go. Magician in the Mirror talks about your spiritual abilities and the importance of using those abilities in the public for others, not just hiding them for yourself. And the Victory card, potentially a very positive outcome for the week. It's giving this energy of choosing you, Aries. And I think that's maybe where the struggle was before, like maybe where you struggled to heal before. It's very possible that you're struggling to choose yourself or to give the healing abilities that you have to yourself. All right, Aries, let's clarify a little bit. I believe this tarot set is the Magic Crystal Unicorn Tarot. All right, bottom of the deck, we have King of Pentacles. So this is about taking responsibility, Aries. On the bottom, the Six of Pentacles. This is about getting assistance or help. So it is that Christ consciousness energy. It is about spirit helping you balance something out. I do want to point out the scales on the card, especially since we saw that yin yang energy on the bottom of the energy deck. A lot of common energies here. One's Oracle, one's Tarot. So that's going to be pretty significant when those same energies come up in two different sets of cards. So it is about finding some type of inner balance. And again, I think for you, Aries, that inner balance is just putting yourself first, choosing to heal yourself first. The Journey card in your challenges or obstacle. So 10 of Cups comes out. So where you're struggling, Aries, to find direction or which direction you want to go has something to do with what makes you happy, Aries. 10 of Cups is emotional contentment. So this is happy home, happy family. So this could be the challenge or obstacle, Aries, that you're facing this week. I don't feel like this is something that's happening right now. I feel like this is something that's already happened and you're trying to figure out where to go from here. All right, Magician and the Mirror, we have the Justice card. So Justice, of course, does say that some great injustice has been done, Aries, but again, the scales are being balanced. There's a lot of scales coming up in your energy, Aries. So I do feel that this is going to have a lot to do with bringing some type of inner balance. Because remember, the yin yang is as within, so without, right? And so this is like bringing some type of inner balance. And I do feel, Aries, that this has a lot to do with you just choosing you. This is healing energy, the Magician in the Mirror. So this is like you giving that healing energy to others. But this is the moment where Aries decides to put that focus on themselves. Knight of Wands is here. Get excited for your journey, Aries. I do feel that there is some type of massive shift here. I'm getting a little bit of energy of spotlight energy as well. We've seen it when we started the live and caught that short shelf for a minute. So a little bit of spotlight put on you this week as well, Aries. You don't want to be reckless at this time, but you definitely want to find your passion and show others that passion. All right, I'm gonna pull from the higher self message card. So this, the guidance this week for all 12 signs. Be a lighthouse, not a storm. Offer clarity and not control, Aries. I love that. Aries definitely does have some control issues. It's a known Aries trait, right? Let's pull out some Moonology to close it out for Aries. A new start is coming. It's the new moon. And communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Now we just had the new moon yesterday, guys. We just had that Aquarius new moon solar eclipse. Again, we talked about that energy last week. You can find that information over on my YouTube channel, always under the live tab. So this is the week right after this new moon energy. So we're seeing what that new moon solar eclipse kind of put a spotlight on for Aries. And I do feel like it has a lot to do with putting yourself first and offering yourself the healing that you've been giving freely to others. All right, Aries, that's going to be it. I hope that reading was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly. We're going to move on to Leo. I hope everyone is having a good Thursday. I did a lot of resting today. For somebody that never napped to as many naps as I do now, it's pretty interesting. The changes that we go through. All right, almost ready for Leo. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. I have my salted caramel hot chocolate tonight. I am definitely a fan. I don't know. Miss Tina showed it to me, and I haven't been able to put it down since. I almost think it's better than coffee. All right. Time for Leo. Let's do 1242 for Leo. All right, Leo, this is February 22nd through February 28th. We do have our very first Mercury retrograde. And we did talk about the energy extensively on Tuesday night. I think a lot of us are dealing with people returning from our past. That's pretty infamous for Mercury retrograde, right? I will say that I think we're handling the situations a little differently. We're a lot more grounded this time as the people are returning. I remember, guys, retrogrades are an opportunity to revisit that planet's energy. So it's possible these people are returning because there's some conversation that needs to be had, right? It's about communication. So just kind of keep that in mind as you work through the week of February 22nd through the 28th. This is the last week of February, guys. Next week, we're going to be talking about March. Can you believe it? All right, bottom of the deck energy. We do have the world coming out. Leo energy. A lot of times when I see this world card, I actually pick up Capricorn energy. So Leo, I don't know, maybe you're dealing with the Capricorn. The world card is about new opportunities. It's strong Saturn energy as well. It's this energy of like finally getting something right. All right, energy of the week. We do have happy family coming out. It's number 4. I'm trying to put it where you guys can see it. Door to personal healing and happiness is coming out as your challenge or obstacle. Lesson learned is going to be the garden and the gate. And your potential outcome is going to be the seventh chakra. All right, let's break it down a little bit for Leo. So, happy family. It kind of gives you a 10 of cups feeling like we just seen with Aries. Emotional contentment, happy home, happy family. There's something very centered around family for you this week, Leo. Door to personal healing and happiness is pretty easy. It says that you have someone in your like someone's blocking your doorway. You're trying to reach some type of happiness, Leo, when it comes to a family situation, and you have someone kind of blocking your doorway. The garden and the gate is a lesson learned to help you with your challenge or obstacle. I find that pretty interesting because the garden and the gate card talks about a comfort zone. And you see how the gate has that lock on it. She's actually wearing a key around her neck that opens the gate. And the idea is that this is her comfort zone. This is where she wants to stay. She's not ready to take like the next move of something. It's in your lessons learned, and you have somebody blocking your doorway to personal healing and happiness when it comes to a family situation. So I think that the reason the seventh chakra is in your potential outcome is going to be because remember your seventh chakra is your crown chakra, which is connected to spirit. I think that you already know, most likely through spiritual downloads and messages received, that you need to come out of your comfort zone in order to block whatever is, in order to remove whatever is blocking your door to personal healing and happiness. All right, Leo. Definitely seems a little intense. Let's pull some clarifiers. See, we're still going over there on TikTok. That's pretty cool. See how long we're able to hang out over there. Guys, please remember we are multi-streaming tonight. All right. Magic crystal unicorn. We have the sun on the bottom. Again, the sun is about bright joy and happiness. I feel like this is going to be the week, Leo, where you make those courageous to your healing and happiness, right? All right, so happy family. We have 10 of Wands coming out. 10 of Wands does talk about like heavy burdens on your shoulders. You may feel, Leo, like you've been having to carry the burdens of others. You've been having to carry someone's weight. You know what this is giving me a little bit, Leo? This is giving me a little bit of like, you know, when someone is in a relationship and they're doing all the heavy lifting, and then they are like thinking they can't do something on their own, but they get out of the relationship and then they realize they've been doing it on their own the whole time. Does that make sense? Like that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up with this reading. All right, Nine of Pentacles is going to be huge confirmation because Nine of Pentacles is about financial independence. All right, the garden and the gate. Remember, I said it feels like your comfort zone. We do have Six of Wands, so there is some victory here. And I do want to point out that Six of Wands is also like you notice something, you pay attention, you realize something. And that is what the seventh chakra is about as well. It is that connection to source. It's like all of a sudden, maybe you were experiencing like some type of, I don't like to say blockage, but I mean, that's what they call it. It's not like something's actually blocking it. It's just stagnant energy. So the energy is not flowing, right? So maybe you've experienced something that has caused that crown chakra energy to start flowing again. Maybe your connection to spirit maybe seems stronger Your faith has gotten stronger, something like this. We have Three of Wands coming out for this energy. And so Three of Wands is going to say that you are taking practical steps. You're actually taking action towards your future. So I do feel, Leo, that this is the week where you're going to get out of your comfort zone in order to finally go after the things that make you happy. All right. Set boundaries with love and clarity. That is going to be your guidance for the week of February 22nd through the 28th. Let's pull some Moonology for Leo to close it out. Guys, we've been doing the Moonology cards. I feel like we change these every week, right? But Moonology has been at the end of every Zodiac reading since we started PLR. And the intention is to help you with your thoughts and emotions. I do feel like this is an emotional week for you this week, Leo. Take time to breathe out. It's the dispensing moon. And look at this. It's a time for healing. It's the Bosmic moon. All right, Leo, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. I'm going to clean up, guys, and we're going to move on to Sagittarius. You guys hear the piano in the background? All right. So it's interesting because I really didn't have any intention on rushing through them, but it definitely seems like we're moving through them a lot quicker than normal. Excuse me. All right. I'm almost ready to timestamp Sagittarius. Um, I forgot to say at the beginning of the live, but I'll say it now. I never say that these are for your sun, moon, or for rising. I study astrology. I study all the zodiac signs and planets. I study birth charts, so I understand that we have a piece of all the pie, right? And I understand that each zodiac sign rules over a certain area of our life. So for me, Sagittarius is my sixth house, and my moon is in that house. So Sagittarius is going to be my moon sign. So tell me, where is Sagittarius for you on your birthday? All right, welcome, Jason. Let's get started. 23, let's do 43 for Sagittarius. 23, 43. And remember, this is for the week of February 22nd through the 28th. Mercury retrograde is going to be the biggest cosmic influence. So let's see how that plays out for Sagittarius. All right, bottom of the deck, we do have patience. I do want to point out the clock, so it is going to be about divine timing, right? We do have the thinking man coming out as your energy of the week. It's going to be number 46. You have 19, rest and rejuvenation. If you're challenge or obstacle, Sagittarius, you're ready for something, and the spirit's asking you to slow down. Remember, retrogrades are a period, an opportunity to revisit that planet's energy. And Mercury is about the mind, thoughts, um, communication, that type of thing. So Spirit could be saying, like, stop, pause, and think something through before you say something or before you decide something like that. All right, lesson learned. We do have the walking away card. So this is the card that is the opposite of the garden and the gate card that we just saw for Leo's reading. So remember, garden and the gate is in this very same position, and it's talking about staying in your comfort zone. Sagittarius, walking away, this is you leaving the comfort zone. All right, and then for potential outcome, look at this. You find your community, your soul tribe. This is definitely big moves for Sagittarius this week. It's giving this energy of trying to stay calm in a, um, I mean, it's an exciting situation, but I will say that it definitely seems a little nerve wracking. Something kind of pops off that you didn't see coming, and you're trying to figure out like how to handle the situation because challenger obstacles for us to rejuvenation. So that kind of tells me that you're trying to like move, and Aries, go, right? And Spirit's asking you to sit, be patient, wait patiently for something. I think what you're waiting patiently for is going to be this tribe, this community, soul tribe, soul family. You had 46, 19, 27, and 7. Guys, I don't know why I've always read the numbers off, but lately it's really been sticking out to me. So I don't know. Start writing them down. All right. Magic Crystal Unicorn Tarot. We do have 9 of Swords on the bottom, and this is giving some anxious energy. There is some worry here. The Death card is going to be coming out for the thinking man. This is strong Scorpio energy coming out right out of the gate. So the thinking man is you're thinking about ending something or something coming to an end or some type of closure. Because remember, the Death card is death and rebirth. So it's like you're thinking or maybe even overthinking about something coming to an end. There could be some throat chakra, like some type of conversation needs to be had. All right, rest and rejuvenation. And we do have the 9 of Wands. It's this perseverance, not giving up, not willing to quit. It does say that you need to see something from a different perspective. All right, walking away is your lesson learned from your challenge or obstacle. So this is you gaining the courage to get out of your comfort zone, Sagittarius. You have 6 of Swords. So the 6 of Swords is telling me that spirit is guiding you. 6 of Swords is about spirit guiding you to calmer water. With the community card, we do have the star. This is a clean slate, bright hope for the future. Sagittarius, this is giving a little bit of inner circle frenzy. You could be stepping away from people that you've been around for a long period of time. You could be revisiting your inner circle and revising who has access to your energy. And I think that's what it's going to be for most Sagittarius. All right, let's pull a higher self message. I just want one thing. Right, we have the veil is thinning. It reveals the magic already here. The veil is thinning and it reveals the magic already. All right, let's pull. I want to point out Scorpio and Aquarius energy for Sagittarius. Confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. And look at this. Prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Something definitely shifting, changing, maybe something ending and something new beginning. I do feel like it has something to do with energy that's very intimate with you, Sagittarius, which means either people, places, or things that you're used to being very close with could be changing this week, February 22nd through the 28th. All right. I'm leaving it right there, guys. Don't forget to tap that like button for me if the messages are pulling at your heartstrings. I am going to clean up really quickly. We're going to move on to the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We're still going over there on TikTok. That's pretty cool. I think that's the longest we've been able to go in, I don't know, a few months. The throat chakra definitely tripped me up a little bit in the Sagittarius reading. So I'm going to say that Sagittarius either waiting for an important conversation or has something important they themselves maybe need to say. All right, water signs. Oh yeah, we're definitely moving through. Look at us, 31 minutes. No way. I just told Diana too. I was like, hey, don't worry about it. We'll probably in late. We'll probably be on there. We're moving through. So, all right, let's wait for it. Let's see 32 even for Cancer. And this is going to be for the week of February 22nd through February 28th. You have Mercury retrograde. That is going to be your biggest cosmic influence. All right, let's start out with energy of the week for Cancer. Bottom of the deck, you do have the fourth chakra. Archangel Raphael. This is going to be about the heart chakra. Love Cancer. All right. Temple Path comes out for your energy of the week. And when we see the Temple Path, it's going to be because you could feel like you've went the wrong way, or you could feel like maybe you've made a mistake. You could feel like maybe you caused a delay. And I do want to point out that if you look at the meaning of the energy oracle in the book, it'll tell you that your soul's path is not a straight line, right? And there's going to be twists and turns. There's going to be delays, journeys that you're going to go on that you didn't think you were going to go on. But the point is that there's no such thing as a mistake. Your soul has a journey, a path that it wants to explore in this lifetime. And the purpose of the card is to let you know that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. All right, so Temple Path, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, Cancer. It is number 12. Challenge or obstacle, wow, I didn't see that coming. We have the door to romance, and it is number 33. It's interesting because we're at 33 minutes right now, Cancer, as I'm live streaming and doing your reading. Door to romance talks about having your heart locked away in a cage. I do want to say that many times when we lock our hearts up this way, it is because some pain, some hurt has been caused to us. It's a way of defending, it's a way of protecting ourselves, right? Door to romance says say that there is an opportunity to love your Cancer, but you do have your heart locked away. And I just want to point out Cancer rising. So for me, this reading is very much relatable And it is going to be because I'm just tired of being hurt, right? Like no one has that access anymore. Right, lesson learned. We do have blossoming abundance. It's number 3. So the 3s are definitely sticking out to me. I want to point out the simple path is number 12. 1 and 2 is 3. You have 33, door to romance, and you have blossoming abundance, which is your lesson learned to challenge your obstacle, which is also number 3. And we have 48 coming out as your angel of balance. It does say that there's something that needs to be moderated. You're either doing too much of something or not enough of something. And I'm going to say it again, it's going to have something to do with love, since we have the heart chakra on the bottom. I mean, it's possible that Spirit's saying that you are closing out opportunities when it comes to love. Maybe you feel like you've made a mistake before, and you're too scared to open that door again. Very possible. Whatever it is, though, Cancer, something needs to be moderated. Something needs to be balanced out. All right, let's look at the temple path. Why is that on its own? 9 of Pentacles. Doing things on your own. 9 of Pentacles. Having that attitude of I need no one. I can do this on my own. The star is here. The star is bright hope for the future. This is going to have something to do with a clean slate. I cannot believe this is the reading for Cancer. Blossoming abundance is going to be your lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle. This is about starting something new. Blossoming is new, right? Abundance can be anything, love, money, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's abundant, right? It's good. It's abundant. But the blossoming is new. So it's like you have an opportunity to do something new, Cancer. 4 of Swords is redirection. Go a different way. Quit doing it the same way you've been doing it. Angel of balance is here. This is what needs to be balanced out. It's the devil card. It does show those 2 people bound at the devil's feet. It does talk about karmic energy. It's all the unhealthy things that you tie yourself to, Cancer. This is what needs to be moderated, or balance, moderation, balance. Remove the unhealthy bonds. Remove the toxic ties. I think the thing that Spirit's asking you to do, that is going to be the thing that Spirit's asking you to do different. All right, let's pull guidance from the higher self message card. Miss Al, welcome. Be patient with the process. Be patient with the process. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe normally you rush into relationship, Cancer, and Spirit's asking you to be a little patient. Give it a little time. It's time to give rather than take. Big confirmation there, right? New moon in Virgo. And conclusions are within reach. It's full moon eclipse. Guys, we do have a full moon eclipse coming right around the corner. It's on my son's birthday, actually. It's March 3rd. And it is going to be in the sign of Virgo. We, of course, will talk more about that next week when we talk about the March transit. All right, I'm going to leave this reading right here. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, guys, make sure to tap that like button. I'm going to clean up and we're going to move on to Scorpio. All right, we're everywhere tonight, Miss Al. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok is letting us hang out live. How cool is that? Got a little Wagner on the piano. It's Vontmer. If you went and looked him up yet, he's on TikTok. Well, he's everywhere. He's on TikTok, but he's on like Spotify. I have him playing on YouTube Music right now. What an incredible amount of songs he has that are available. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean incredible amount. It's something that I can play when I turn it on at the beginning of the day, and I can work all day and never listen to the same song twice, right? Want RBONTLE. I'm sorry, guys. The light was melting, and I'm at that age where I don't like it. Scorpio, here you go. Are you ready? A lot of chest pain, a lot of shoulder, upper body pain, a lot of anxiety, I think is what it is. Nervousness about something. It feels not new. It feels like it's been building up for a period of time. It could feel like the spotlight is on you. There's a lot of pressure. You've run out of time for something, Scorpio. Uh, you probably had some time limit for something. I have no idea what it is. But it's like the pressure built. You did nothing, and now here we are. This is it. Um, Breaths for one. Ooh, have mercy. Two, it's never the end of the world. The sun will rise tomorrow. But three, it's almost like there's a little self sabotage here, Scorpio. It's almost like again you knew that something would come to this conclusion, but you did nothing anyway. So I'm not too sure what that's about. Stay grounded, stay calm, breathe through it, right? Again, the sun will rise tomorrow. But let's timestamp, let's jump in and see if we can get a little bit more information for Scorpio. Let's do 4242 because I've seen it. And remember, this is for the week of February 22nd through the 28th. The twos are sticking out to me. This could have something to do with a partnership. I took a breath before channeling your message, and I actually was waving one of the cards to cool off, and it was the Clearing Connection card. It is going to be a partnership card, so let's see if that comes back out for Scorpio. And I'm going to start with the energy of the week. No, I'm not. Bottom of the deck is adjacent possibilities. So bottom of the deck is your overall energy for the reading. So your overall energy for Scorpio says that you've come across some obstacle. You're not sure what to do, but the answer is not to just stop moving. The answer is not to just change your goal or your desire or not want it anymore, Scorpio. The answer is that you're going to have to maybe some critical thinking is involved here, but it's like you're going to have to come up with a new strategy or a new plan. The goal stays the same, but you just don't allow the obstacle to. I don't want to say slow you down because it's possible it's going to slow you down, and that's not necessarily an issue. The issue is that you change your mind altogether and you give up on the goal altogether. So Scorpio, bottom of the deck, adjacent possibilities. Just because the route you were taking or the way you were going did not work does not mean you give up on the goal. It means that you find a different route, a different way, right? All right, Scorpio, energy of the week, February 22nd through the 28th, with Mercury retrograde coming into play. We have man holding a coin coming out. It's number 43. Scorpio, this week is going to be about you understanding your self-worth. This could have something to do with like seeing your own value. We do have anxiety, so big confirmation and all that chest pain I felt at the beginning of your reading. It was like that energy of how do they say it? Like the elephant sitting on your chest. That's what it felt like. So that's when your challenges or obstacles. You're worried about something. You're stressing about something. Um, depression. Okay, depression is when you're stressing about things that have happened in the past. Anxiety is when you're stressing about things that haven't even happened yet. Right? Here's one thing that Spirit told me in the last 5 years that has really helped me work through my own anxiety. It's going to be ready and don't shoot the messenger. I'm giving it straight to you, just how I receive it. Okay, but you cannot have faith and anxiety at the same time. If you don't have, if you're experiencing anxiety, Scorpio, it's because you're lacking in faith. Right, lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. We do have appreciation. It's this energy of feeling like there's nothing left with this part. Right, potential outcome for Scorpio, we do have all tied up. Number 23. Things can pick up quickly with this. Remember, adjacent possibilities as we don't give up, we just go a different route. All right, let's pull the Magic Crystal Unicorn. We will clarify. I want to use more cards with forces on them this year uh, because it is the year of the horse. But unfortunately, I don't have any horse cards. I'm gonna have to go look for some. I have unicorns, which I think are works just the same for me. But I definitely feel that energy, that vibe of the year of the horse. You know what I mean? So I feel like I want to express that more in our readings. That's what made me pull the unicorns out today. All right, let's look at man holding a coin for Scorpio. Bottom of the deck, we have 9 of Wands, perseverance, not giving up, pushing through. Man holding a coin, we have 4 of Cups coming out. 6 of Swords is coming out for anxiety. The Sun is coming out for appreciation. And Ace of Pentacles, you do get busy. You start fighting with everything you've got for a new beginning. That's amazing. Scorpio. Powerful energy here. All right, let's break it down. So, 4 of Cups is man holding a coin. Okay, so man holding a coin talks about, again, your self worth, understanding your value, what you're made of type of energy, okay? And then with 4 of Cups, this is about manifestation. This is about bringing something into fruition, something that you want. And when we see 4 of Cups, the card actually always shows the person staring down at the 3 cups that they have, and they never really see that 4th cup that's coming like through the sky, right? Like spirits giving them this last cup, but they're too busy looking at the 3 cups they have. And what they're looking at is feeling like I don't have all the ingredients I need to be able to manifest what it is that I want. I think what you want, Scorpio, is a new start, a new beginning, happiness, joy, that type of thing, protection from spirit, that type of thing. But spirit saying like, here, you have all the things you need to be able to manifest what it is that you want, Scorpio. But it's like you're not seeing it. You're too busy looking at what you have or what you've had before, and you're like, I'm not happy with that. So maybe you didn't see your value or your worth before, right? All right, 6 of Swords coming out for anxiety. Remember, 6 of Swords is about being guided by spirit to calmer waters. Remember when I pulled the anxiety card, Scorpio, I said, don't shoot the messenger, but the way spirit showed me is you can't have anxiety and faith at the same time, right? So you can't follow spiritual guidance if or too busy being anxious because you're lacking faith in that spiritual guidance. Does that make sense? All right, the sun is about your joy and your happiness. It's going to have something to do with a child as well. I want to point out that normally on the sun card, we see a young, like a baby, a child sitting on the horse, and their arms are spread out, and it looks like they're super. I want to point out that on this sun card, there is no child on the card, okay? The appreciation is giving me this energy of you feel depleted, like there's not anything left. Okay, Ace of Pentacles is your outcome. Something happens this week, something that has to do with seeing your value or understanding your worth. This is something to do with you building your faith, and it's also about you choosing your happiness. I'm not saying that you're not concerned about others around you, but it's like you're finally starting to put the spotlight on yourself. And it's also possible that just the universe puts that spotlight on you, Scorpio. Like, pay attention to you, fulfill your cup, replenish yourself first type of energy. I feel like you start taking all of that energy into yourself. You offer yourself some type of new beginning by releasing that anxiety and following your spiritual guidance. All right, Scorpio, let's pull more self message. It says you'll discover a new talent when you least expect it. You'll discover a new talent when you least expect it. All right. Sun, I want to point out you could also be dealing with some Leo energy, maybe even Aries energy. You're very close to achieving your goal. It's the gibbous moon, and a win-win outcome is forecast. It's full moon in Libra. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Scorpio. I hope that reading was helpful. Guys, make sure you're tapping that like button for me. I'm going to clean up really quickly. We're going to move on to Pisces. You know what that reading is giving, especially with the you'll discover a new talent when you least expect it. That reading is giving where Scorpio was maybe over giving to others, and that's why they feel so depleted. And it's like this is when they start giving to themselves, but this is more about like following purpose, coming into alignment, doing the things that their soul has been calling them to do. That's what it's giving. All right, you guys ready for Pisces? Let's timestamp. Let's do 5323 for Pisces. And this is for the week of February 22nd through February 28th. Pisces, this is your week as Mercury goes retrograde in your sign. So let's pull some energy oracle and let's see how that plays out. For Pisces, February 22nd through the 28th. Bottom of the deck, we do have the envy card. It's number 20. Energy of the week, we have the sixth chakra. This is your brow chakra. You can be receiving some channeled information, some downloads. I think that's possible because you have the thinking woman as your challenge or obstacle. Lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. You have the world coming out, Pisces. This is about new opportunities being shown or given to you, and then your potential outcome. We do have broken heart coming out. I do want to point out that the heart is healing and the broken heart energy. On the bottom, in Venus here, I think you went through something that maybe was a little bit harder for you, and you're trying to figure out like why it had to be uh, this painful or this challenging. Chakra is about downloads. I don't believe this is something that happens to you now. You have an opportunity to continue some type of healing journey. I say that just because the number of synchronicities, of course, the timestamps, 5323, so the three stuck out. But then it was the fours with 40 and 47. This is firm foundation, financial security, emotional security, right? And then with the world, new opportunity. With the broken heart, again, it's healing. So I don't feel like this is something that's happened this week. I feel like this is something you've already experienced, and this is the week that you receive the download on how to be more available, open up to opportunities. I think I'm talking to a Pisces that maybe has been hurt in some way, maybe isolated, shut down, that type of thing. Receiving some type of download with this Mercury retrograde that's allowing you to, again, revisit that planet's energy. But I think for you, it's about opening up to new communication and new opportunities. Ace of Pentacles comes out. I feel like that's good confirmation. It is about new beginnings. The moon comes out. This is about your emotions and how you feel about things. Cancer energy coming out strongly as well. So, Pisces, you could be dealing with a Cancer, or you could look on your chart to see what Cancer is on your chart, and that could give you a lot of information of what it could be that you're overthinking, right? The Strength card does come out. This is Leo energy. This is major arcana to major arcana. It's back to back here. Pisces. So that's going to be pretty significant. But the Strength card talks about like really having to dig deep to do something. I feel like for Pisces, again, I'm talking to someone who's been isolated, staying in, staying closed off, and it's like now you're going to have to go out of your comfort zone a little bit. We do have Three of Cups here. This is about gathering with like minds, soul family, soul friends, soul tribe, that type of energy. King of Pentacles is on the bottom. It is again going to be about taking some type of responsibility. All right, Pisces, let's pull higher self guidance message. You will take a chance in the near future. You will take a chance in the near future. I believe that is that opportunity. All right, Moonology to close it out for Pisces. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. We have two. Show the world the real you. It's full moon and Aquarius. And balance spirituality with practicality. And that is going to be your full moon in Pisces. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that meeting was helpful. Guys, make sure to tap that like button for me if it was. We're going to clean up. We're going to move on to the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay, look at the time. I feel like we're right on schedule. Maybe we're not moving as fast as I originally thought. It does seem like it's normal time for us. And so thank you so much for helping me with the time stamps. I'm just gonna pause for a moment, click on everybody. So TikTok is letting us go. TikTok does have their live incentive pack. Guys, so if you live stream over on TikTok now, it's definitely the time. And I know there's a lot of changes going on with social media and who owns what. Um, But if it's something you're interested in, right now, TikTok is still the one that pays the best. So just throwing that out. I'm so glad we got to see this out. New follower on Facebook. Welcome. What a cool live. This one is turning out really well, right? All right, let me get another drink of my hot chocolate and we'll start with the earth. Right, 1 hour, 44 seconds for Taurus. And Taurus, this is going to be for February 22nd through the 28th. We are looking at Mercury retrograde this year. First card flips over on its own. The first Mercury retrograde of the year is what we're looking at this week, February 22nd through the 28th. It is in the sign of Pisces. I feel like your reading is going to have something to do with attachment, detachment. You're probably breaking free from some energy that's had a hold of you for quite some time. There's also something about the way she's taking her mask off. Is like it's very possible that this is the week, Taurus, that you're showing someone your true emotions. All right, Caring Connection comes out for your challenge or obstacle. I believe that is who you're going to be showing your true emotions to. Lesson learned, we do have financial constraints. This could have something to do with money. It's an unexpected surprise. Okay, so when we see financial constraints come out, it says that you have, okay, so it shows this pantry, right? And it says you've taken from the pantry and taken from the pantry, and you didn't replenish the pantry. And now some type of like emergency or like something surprising is happening, and you go back to the pantry and it's empty. And you didn't plan ahead. This is in your lessons learned. So it's like you know that you need to plan ahead on something when it comes to this caring connection. All right, let's look at the potential outcome. We do have second chakra, Archangel Ariel coming out. And whenever we see the second chakra, Archangel Ariel, it means that maybe forgiveness is needed. It could say that you're storing some shame, guilt, remorse, something like that in your sacral chakra. Guys, remember your sacral chakra is your second chakra. It's 2 inches below the belly button. If you're feeling any type of, a lot of you have actually mentioned this to me this week. If you're feeling any type of discomfort in that area, it definitely could signify. Again, I don't like using the word blockage because it's not like there's something in there actually blocking it. It's just that the energy is stagnant and it's not in alignment. It's not allowing the energy to flow, right? So maybe you need to forgive yourself. You need to offer forgiveness, something like that, in order for that energy to start flowing again. All right, bottom of the deck, we do have indecision. So it does say that you have some very important choice to make, and you could be experiencing some anxiety or fears about that decision towards. All right, let's pull some tarot. Magic crystal unicorns, nice. Love how vibrant they are. I'm ready for spring, so I definitely feel the spring vibe set of cards. All right, bottom of the deck, we do have judgment. This is Scorpio energy. You definitely could be dealing with a Scorpio, or you could be dealing with some type of like Phoenix rising energy, transformation. endings and beginnings, that type of thing. All right, let's start with attachment. We have the Tower coming out. So there is some type of shock, surprise, something that's unexpected that you didn't see coming. Carrying connection, Eight of Wands. It says that there's some sudden information or things move quickly. Financial constraints. We do have Five of Cups. Five of Cups is going to be about alchemy. So it does say that you're focused on some type of loss. Again, I'm not sure if that's something that's new. That could be confirmation or just art. Um, but it's like something new has happened and you're struggling to see the positive in the situation. This is your lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. So it's saying that you need to make some type of strategic plan. You need to plan ahead for something. All right, second chakra, Archangel Ariel, Ace of Cups. There is an overflow of emotion. I do feel that this has something to do with offering forgiveness this week. All right, let's pull a guidance message for Taurus. Sometimes a stranger can bring great meaning to your life. Sometimes a stranger can bring great meaning to your life. All right, Moonology to help you with your thoughts and emotions, Taurus. Meditate and contemplate. It's new moon in Pisces. And be bold and make the first move. It's going to be the cardinal moon. All right, Taurus, we're going to leave it right there. Hope that reading was helpful. As moving right along, we have Virgo next. My North Node is in Virgo. Virgo is my third house. It rules over the mind, communication, perception. Tell me in the chat, where is Virgo for you? All right, it's almost ready. I'm so excited that um, this talk is letting us go. That's gonna make for a nice little paycheck 2 hour live. Love it. All right. Miss L says, I have no Virgo. Miss L, do you mean that you have no planets in Virgo? Is that what you mean by no Virgo? And Miss L, do I have your chart? Do I have your chart? Miss L, why don't I have your chart? Remind me your sun sign, Miss L. I can't believe it. I can't believe I don't have your chart. That's so upsetting. Yeah, I don't have it. I'm looking through here. No planets. No Virgo planets either, Vanessa said. All right, let's talk about it. Let's break it down a little bit. And these are just my beliefs from my studies. I'm not saying you have to agree. You can have your own beliefs, whatever works for you, right? But my beliefs are okay. For example, Miss L says I have no Virgo, no. Most astrologers will say Taurus. That's what it is. I don't have your chart, Miss L. I'm crapping my pants. But anyway, as other astrologers will tell you, and this is old. This is old astrology. New astrology, people are more modern. People are starting to like wake up to the understanding a little more. Okay, but they'll tell you that if a house is empty, so which house is Virgo for you, Miss L? Um, if a house is empty, I'm going to use my own chart for an example. My seventh house is Capricorn, and it's an empty house. There's no planets in that house. Seventh house is relationships. I know. I thought I did too. Why don't I have your chart? I have no idea. Yeah. So most astrologers will say if you have an empty house, it just means you don't have to worry about it. It's not anything to worry about. Again, that's old news, fake news. That's not the case. We're all learning that each planet has energy, and when you have planets in that particular house, those planets give you the benefit of having that planet's energy in that house, right? So when we have an empty house, that means we don't have the benefits of those planets' energies in that house, right? So I wouldn't say that seventh house relationships for me is something I never had to worry about. You see what I'm saying? In fact, relationships have been extra challenging for me, and I do feel that it is because that house is empty and there are no planets in that house. Now, the interesting part is when you have no planets in that house, you find a planet that normally rules that house. So I'm going to use myself as an example again. I'm going to use seventh house relationships, empty house again of Capricorn. Guess where Saturn is? So Saturn is the natural ruler of Capricorn. Guess where Saturn is on my chart? In my third house, Virgo. So what does that mean? Is it possible that I overthink situations in my relationships and that may be part of the struggle? Yes, most definitely. See how the pieces kind of fit together there? Yes, Miss Al, I'm totally blown away. I can't believe I don't have your chart on my phone. I have no idea what's happened. It was a long time ago. So I did swap services. I use time passages now. And I started using them in like 2022, I think, maybe 2023. So it's possible that I just did your chart before. I thought I had transferred everybody's. I'm definitely gonna have to get your chart in there. All right. I think I'm finally ready for Virgo. Let's do 11421 for Virgo. And this is going to be for the week of February 22nd through the 28th. And you are looking at Mercury retrograde starting on the 26th. Bottom of the deck, we have the Envy card again. Angel of Strength is coming out for your energy of the week, number 50. Number 44, Woman Holding a Heart is going to be your challenge or obstacle. Lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle is Yin Yang, number 22. And number 21, Strategy comes out for your potential outcome. And then with the Envy card on the bottom of the deck, Virgo, again, you feel like something is harder for you than most. Action is also here, so it's like you feel like maybe taking action is harder for you than most. Maybe you feel that making any type of moves in general is harder for you than most. Maybe you feel like things aren't moving as quickly as you would like them to move, and that's what you're envious of. I know that organic growth is really important when you're building a business, but I would be completely lying if I told you that I was okay with the rate of growth we've had at POR in the last 5 years, right? Like I understand that organic growth is important, but with all of my Aries energy, it has been a very slow process. All right, let's pull tarot and see if we can get a little bit more information for Virgo. I do feel like this has something to do as within, but without. It's like you want to change what the outside looks like, you have to change what the inside looks like first. Woman holding a heart is here, no challenges or obstacles. It does say that unconditional love is needed. All right, Virgo, Angel of Strength. We have Three of Pentacles coming out. And this could have something to do with a partnership, a team, having to work with other people. Woman holding a heart, we have Knight of Cups. This is someone who is afraid to express how they feel about something. Yin Yang, as within, so without. We do have the Tower coming out. I feel like you're going to be shown where unconditional love is needed within so that you can express it without, right? Like on the outside. With the strategy card, we do have Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles does say that you're holding on to something too tightly, and you're going to have to release that grip in order to allow that energy to flow. So if you feel like strategy-wise, thought-wise, remember I said Virgo was my third house, how I think, how I process information. If you feel like you're stuck in that area or you're experiencing Tower moments, the trick is going to be to release the control of the energy in order to allow the energy to flow. All right. Guidance. True strength is found in the courage to be soft and receptive. Look at that confirmation. Oh, if y'all knew the spankings I was getting tonight. I feel like I talked about it a little bit. Your dreams need a practical plan, full moon and Taurus, and nothing is yet set in stone. It's the mutable moon. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave it right there if that is helpful. But yeah, I feel like I've talked about it the last couple of lives. I've talked about the struggle I'm finding myself in when it comes to finding compassion, understanding, empathy when it comes to certain people and certain situations. Um, and I talked about it, I want to say on Tuesday night. I talked about how I went through a spiritual awakening, and before my spiritual awakening, I was someone who was very hard, angry, bad, volatile, all of those things, right? And then as I went through spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul, the cleansing, the purification, all the things, as I began to ascend and rise back up, I found my heart to be full of so much love and compassion and understanding, of people that I never had understanding for before, right? And I like that version. I like that Rosa. I'm cool with her. That's who I want to be. That's my goal. That's where, as I leave this lifetime or this timeline, that's the space that I want to be in. I don't want to be in that space of anger and bitterness and hate and frustration and all of those things, right? So I'm finding it really interesting, and I'm assuming that it's going to be something that's we're all kind of dealing with. It's going to be something that's collective, and it is going to be because of the different planets and the different transits that are happening right now. But I feel like I'm not going to be the only one that feels tested by those around them at this time, right? And the answer is always going to be to have compassion and understanding and empathy, but it's also to have healthy boundaries. And I think that's where I struggle the most. It's probably a we thing. That's probably where we struggle the most, right? Is understanding when to enforce those boundaries and how to enforce those boundaries. I'm struggling to enforce my boundaries with compassion, empathy, and understanding. Does that make sense? It seems like after a while of someone stepping on your boundaries or walking through them or ignoring them or disrespecting them, you start to lose some of that understanding and compassion and empathy. You see what I mean? So it's like that's where I'm at. That's where I'm struggling. Um, the way spirit has told me, so if you feel like you're feeling this as well and you're struggling with the people closest, to you, when it comes to these things, it's going to be prayer. It's going to be prayer. Like there's no, I don't have any other trick I can pull out of a box. You see what I'm saying? To tell you how to get through uh, that energy. But that's what's going to help. That's what Spirit has told me. And again, it's been coming out in our collective readings often. Prayer, prayer, prayer. And that's what's needed as we're struggling to find that compassion and understanding and empathy. All right. Yay, Capricorn. Excuse me. All right, let's timestamp Capricorn. Let's do 123.23. And this is going to be for February 22nd through the 28th. I'm going to start out with the energy oracle Capricorn. Let's look at your energy for the week. Bottom of the deck, we do have the word spirit. So it does say that spirit is moving the veil. The veil is spinning in order to give you a message. All right, Capricorn. It was number 32. Energy of the week, we have hostilities. Number 26. Challenge or obstacle, we have cornucopia. Lesson learned, we have patience. The potential outcome is door to value. Something has you angry or bothered. Spirit's telling you to calm down. Sure, you love hearing that. Spirit tells me to calm down. No, all right. So hostilities, when I first turned it over, okay, so originally the hostilities card in the meaning in the book, it'll say that someone is being hostile towards you. And there's two cards. There's the hostilities card and the deceit card. In the deceit card, there's like the man standing behind the curtain, and it's like someone's being deceitful and hurtful, but they're doing it like behind your back. And in the hostilities card, this is in your face. They're doing it to your face. But Capricorn, are you ready? Don't shoot the messenger. You're the one being hostile. It's you. Remember I told you that Capricorn is my seventh house relationships. Say that I have been hostile in the relationships that have returned in the last couple of days would be an understatement. Again, I'm not telling you to be hostile. I get in trouble for it. I don't recommend it. We're supposed to have compassion, understanding, and empathy. That is what God requires. So when you see hostility, you're angry, you're mad. And I know it's you, the Spirit's asking you to be patient. Spirit is not going to say, let other people be hostile towards you. Spirit's not going to say, oh, be patient. Just let them cut you out as many times as they need to. Never, not once. Spirit's going to tell you to have healthy boundaries and then enforce those boundaries. So it's you. You're being hostile. You're angry. Someone is not doing something the way that you expected. You're ready to go to some type of battle. It's like you're prepared. And Spirit saying, stay calm. Just be patient a little bit longer. Something has more value than you're giving it credit for. Cornucopias and your challenges or obstacles that you're not getting something you want. It's cornucopia, getting everything you want. Your challenges or obstacle because you're not getting something you want. That's why you're being hostile. So Spirit's asking you to be patient. Something has a lot of value. All right, let's see if we can find out what. All right, hostility. Energy is weak. Why? What has you upset? Why are you angry? We have the judgment wrong. We have the Hierophant card coming out and coming out in reverse. I don't have any other reversals. It's not from Spirit, right? I just got done saying that earlier. Like Spirit's not going to say to let someone be hostile towards you, and Spirit's not going to allow you to be hostile towards someone else. The Hierophant card is also about something is bigger than you. So maybe you're upset because it's not working out the way that you want it, but it's because something is bigger than just you. Cornucopia, not getting the things you want. You have Two of Cups. So Capricorn, this is going to have something to do with a partnership, a romance, a relationship. It's asking you to be patient. You have the Tower coming back out. We've seen the Tower several times tonight. And door to value. Door to value says be patient because this situation has some type of value. We have the Empress. That's the value. Whoever this is, Capricorn, are you ready? Don't shoot the messenger. This is the prize. This is the prize. The Empress is the prize. I don't know how else to express that. All right. Let's pull guidance. Your spirit is a sword against illusion. Cut through to your truth. Your spirit is a sword against illusion. Cut through to your truth. All right. Moonology. close it out. Taurus energy, Aries energy, Libra energy. It's time to release action. New moon in Aries. You are good enough. It's going to be full moon in Virgo. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it right there. Hope that reading was helpful. I think half the issue in relationships that we're all experiencing right now is, we've all heard about that male loneliness epidemic. We've all heard about how women are over it, right? I think the biggest issue that we're experiencing in relationships right now is people are not appreciating the there's two people in a relationship, right? Two people. Each one brings a unique something to that relationship. All right. I don't want to use male and female, but it's just the easiest way to use it as an example. If I use masculine and feminine energies, I could say that masculine energy in the relationship is the protector and the provider, and that's their purpose. That's their prize. That's what they offer. That's what they do, right? And then the feminine energy, she's the creator. Okay, feminine is the creator. You can't get away from that. You can't get around from that. It's just the way it is. That's why when you see a healthy divine masculine in a relationship with a healthy divine feminine, they create together. They're in abundance together. They're happy together. They're loved and protected together. They're successful power couples together. They don't compete with each other. They're not against each other. They understand the importance of what the other one contributes. Does that make sense? I think half of our issues in relationships is we don't understand the importance of what the partner contributes. We're too busy wanting it to be all about us, right? We don't understand that there is contribution, something that comes from the other side. All right, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right, let's do Gemini 13318. And this is going to be for February 22nd through the 28th. We have Mercury retrograde. The biggest thing I've seen in all the readings so far tonight is going to be the return of the people from the past. We all know retrograde is about. We all know that this is an opportunity to revisit that planet's energy. Goddess of the Moon comes out, number 52, energy of the week. This is about trusting your intuition. Trusting your intuition. You have Angel of Love, bottom of the deck. The Sun, bright joy and happiness, also purification and cleansing. This is the last card in this oracle set. I'm sorry, this is the last card in this oracle set. pull a picture on a box. And this is the first card in the Oracle set. Pretty interesting. All right, look, I'm going to help you with a challenge or obstacle. We do have third chakra, Archangel Camille. This is 2 inches above the belly button. This is solar plexus chakra. This is where you're storing this is where we store our personal power. And then a potential outcome. We do have fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. This is the heart chakra. All right, so here's what I got. I mean, Gemini, it's pretty clear, it seems like. It's clearly someone in a love relationship, maybe someone that you gave personal power away to before, maybe someone that took your happiness, maybe someone who wasn't pure, didn't have pure intentions. I do feel that this person is returning, and I do feel that you are being responsible of trusting your intuition, trusting your gut. If this person was in a place of like mutual effort or enlightenment, or like they were going to meet you where you are, then the sun wouldn't be any challenges or obstacles. Okay. So it's definitely going to be about not allowing this person to take your personal power. I do see that fourth chakra coming out. It did throw me off a little bit, but we just talked about this a little bit with Capricorn reading, where I was like, a lot of us are really struggling right now to have compassion and understanding and empathy to people that we feel have harmed us or hurt us or done bad things, right? And the way we're going to get through that is definitely prayer. But this week, as you have this energy of someone returning, someone from your past, someone who's not at the level that you are, then you're going to know what to do. You're going to know to trust your gut, show that person compassion and empathy, but don't give your personal power away. All right. Let's pull Goddess of the Moon. This is the week. Trust your gut, especially when someone returns. Look at this. The Fool comes out. Fool is about taking a leap of faith. We have 4 pentacles coming out for this sign. This could be someone that you've been holding on to, maybe someone that you've been waiting for, Gemini. We have 3 of pentacles, third chakra, teamwork, partnership, respecting each other. If this person does not respect you or show you respect, again, offer compassion and empathy and understanding, but trust your gut. Take the leap of faith you need to take to move in a different direction if that is what is needed. The Hierophant does come out. I think that is the direction that you're actually taking, Gemini. This is heart activation. This is spiritual awakening. This is you surrendering to your journey and to service. All right, let's pull guidance message. The synchronicities are whispers from your higher self. The synchronicities are whispers from your higher self. So I'm not sure what came up that was a synchronicity for you in the reading, but I would definitely take that into consideration. You have 52, 9, 37, 38. The threes are what's sticking out to me the most. All right, Moonology to close it out. Nothing is yet set in stone. It's the mutable moon. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Full moon in Cancer could be dealing with a Cancer. And then we have surrender to the divine, big confirmation of what I said for your potential outcome. And it is the full moon. As we do have a lunar eclipse on March 3rd, and it is going to be in the sign of Virgo. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that reading was helpful. Not too bad tonight. I feel like we moved through them pretty quickly. Readings came out pretty easy. Taurus energy with that Hierophant, Gemini. right, we have Libra next. Welcome back, Miss L. Oh, I'm sorry. I noticed you've had some issues earlier. I got a notification. I noticed that we're still live streaming over on TikTok, which is super cool. I'm gonna have a notification over there as well. Seems to be quiet over there tonight. TikTok normally doesn't let me live stream this long. There's normally some issue that occurs, but tonight we've been all night long. It's pretty cool. I'll go over there and make some clips out of it and post some shorts tomorrow. It looks like Facebook is quiet, but I haven't had any issues tonight. It's been working pretty well. All right. I'm kind of glad we're getting to the end of it. I'm so ready to go stretch out. All right, Libra. Last week we went like 2.5. I don't know why either. Messed up. It could be so much stuff, especially when we're live streaming for this long. It could be all kinds of stuff. Internet, platform, you know. All right, Libra, let's timestamp. Let's do 142:22. Libra, the twos are sticking out to me. This could have something to do with a partnership, equal effort, meeting someone halfway. That's what I just heard. Meeting someone halfway. All right, let's get energy of the week. Happy family comes out on its own. It's number 4. It is about building a firm foundation, emotional security. Challenge or obstacle. We do have 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. That is the heart chakra. That is the energy I've been talking about all night. Where you're struggling to find compassion and understanding and empathy with someone who is very close to you, Libra, and in your intimate family, like in your personal energy, in your personal space. Sword of Spirit comes out, number 32, and your lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. And then your potential outcome is number 8, indecision. You do have an important decision to make, and I feel like you're fearful, almost a little bit of stuck energy, almost a little like, I'm just not going to move. If I don't move, it won't see me. That's kind of what I'm getting there. Healer of the ages is on the bottom. The fear with the indecision card is definitely concerning. Oh, mercy. Come on, help me out. Okay, so indecision card in the energy oracle. You see she's wearing that red cloak. See the red cloak? It gives me like the big bad wolf type of energy. Scared someone's gonna blow the house down. Let's pull some tarot. Happy family, we have the hanged unicorn. This is the hanged man. This is making no moves out of fear of losing something if you do decide or do make a decision. All right, fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, we have temperance. I'm so glad this card came out, and it took all night to come out. When I was shuffling the cards to get ready for tonight's live, I noticed the temperance card. I want to put it so you guys can see it. Look at the horse's feet. Do you see his feet? His feet. All four of his legs are in the water. All four of his legs are in the water. If you look at Rider-Waite temperance card, it's a lady. She's balancing the cups of water as well, just like the horses here. It's a glitch. Ooh, you see that? But in Rider-Waite, she has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. And the idea is that you have to be fully committed to your healing, right? So notice how a temperance card with the Magic Crystal Unicorn Tarot shows that horse with all 4 legs, all 4 feet in the water, fully committed. Whatever this heart chakra situation is and your challenges or obstacle, it's because you're not fully committed to your healing journey. You're not fully committed to keeping some balance. You're not fully committed to keeping both feet planted. You're not committed. That's why it's in your challenges or obstacles. Lord Spirit says Spirit has a message. 9 of Wands is here. 9 of Wands is perseverance. It does say don't give up. It does say you may have taken some injuries here. But it also says that you need to see something from a different perspective. You need to see it from Spirit's perspective. All right, indecision, we have 5 of Wands. I'm not too surprised to see that 5 of Wands. You do have 2 of Wands on the bottom. Guess what that 2 of Wands means? It means you have an important decision to make. I'm not too surprised to see the 5 of Wands coming out on the sphere to make a decision card. But here's what I'm going to say. I'm really happy that this is not 5 of Swords. They're not stabbing each other. There is some type of aggressive energy coming out with this card. That's why I'm sensing the fear. For some of you, this could have something to do with like, I'm not even going to go there. 5 of Wands is challenges. It says that something challenging is happening. But Libra, again, it's not the 5 of Swords. It's 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is you're ready. You're prepared for whatever the situation is. You've been training for this situation. So you have a very important decision to make. All right, let's pull higher self guidance message for Libra. Look at this. Are you ready, Libra? You can't make this shit up. I hope you can see it. The time is right now. The time is right now. All right, Astrology. I just want to say to any Libra who's dealing with any type of physical danger, you're prepared to handle the steps that are needed in order to make this important decision. The time is right now. Moonology, expect powerful changes, new moon eclipse. We just had the new moon eclipse yesterday. Expect those changes very quickly. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. I'm going to leave that right there, Libra. I hope that reading was helpful. I think one thing that's really interesting about my journey and my spiritual awakening is that once I could see, once the glasses were off, once I can uh, read the energy, once I can tap in, once I learned that I could the entire time, um, I can see whatever I want, whenever I want. Um, I don't need anybody's permission. I have God's permission. Um, One of the hardest things for me on this journey is the knowing, but not being able to discuss that knowing with others because they're not ready to discuss it with me. That is the hardest part of this, of what I do every day. Is I'm here. I'm always going to be here. Right, Aquarius. Let's get to it. Last one of the night, 151:41 for the timestamp. And this is going to be for the week of February 22nd through the 28th, Aquarius. Let's see how Mercury retrograde is going to impact your week. I'm starting out with the energy oracle, and I'm going to look at our energy of the week. We have financial constraint coming back out. It came out earlier. I can't remember who it came out for. Challenge or obstacle, we do have attachment, so you do need to remove yourself from some type of situation. Lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. We have the fifth chakra. This is Archangel Gabriel. This is actually the throat chakra. And this is where maybe you need to hear something or maybe you need to speak something. All right. And then your potential outcome, we do have number 44, holding a heart, and it's about unconditional love. And wow, Aquarius, look at the bottom of the deck. Woman holding a heart is your outcome. Man holding a heart is bottom of the deck. This is power couple. Power couple. Powerful. I did not see that happening. All right. This power couple does have a little bit of a challenge with financial constraints being your energy of the week because it's saying that you didn't plan for something. Something you weren't ready for, you planned for, you didn't see it coming. Let's see if we can find out what it is. Eight of Cups is here. Someone's walking away from something. I want to point out that the Eight of Cups is the only card in tarot that shows the eclipse. So if you look at any Eight of Cups, you'll see the eclipse in the moon energy. So this Aquarius eclipse that we just had, solar eclipse, could have brought some spotlight to something that has something to do with it. I don't know. You're leaving it. You're leaving it behind. You're going towards Two of Cups, soulmate, equal effort. But again, you didn't plan this. You didn't see it coming. Attachment, the fun, bright joy, and happiness. So you are attached. You see that chain holding up to that post? So it's like you're trying to break free from something that's taking your happiness. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. I think it's about you speaking something. We have Ace of Wands. This is fate. This is destiny. This is new passionate action. I think that's actually what you're speaking is about your new passionate action. With the new passion that you have to start over, do something new, go in a different direction, that type of thing. I think the direction you're going towards is unconditional heart with woman holding a heart. We do have Five of Cups coming out. Five of Cups is about alchemy. So there is something about a power couple and alchemizing from the unexpected turns of that journey. All right, let's pull a higher self message. It's time for you to explore new interests. Big confirmation. Time for you to explore new interests. You're alchemizing, leaving the old in the past and moving forward. The end of a tough cycle approaches. It's full moon in Capricorn. and luck is on your side. It's new moon and Sagittarius. All right, Grace, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. That's it, guys. That is all 12 signs for the last week of February, February 22nd through the 28th, 2026. Remember, guys, Mercury retrograde is only an opportunity for you to revisit that planet's energy. If you have people from your past returning, maybe a conversation is what's needed. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, moderator ladies, for coming in and keeping the timestamps. Vanessa, I appreciate you so very, very much. I will see everyone next week. We're going to talk about the March transits. We're going to talk about that Virgo lunar eclipse. Very powerful lunation happening that first week of March. So come back Tuesday night and join me for that. Guys, if you're new, the weekend is upon us. And every once in a while on weekends, I do a surprise live. We call it Music and Tarot. I play a little music and I offer some readings. So very possible that we'll do that this weekend. I have no intentions on going anywhere. I do plan on staying home. So make sure if you're new and you have recently subscribed that you check your notification bell and set it to all so it lets you know whenever I do a live stream. All right, guys. If not, I'll see you with Love and Astrology on Tuesday night when we go over those March transits and that Virgo lunar eclipse. I love y'all, and I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.